Hi everyone, welcome back to the O'Donnell Homestead Vlogmas episode number 11 minus 3 because unfortunately last week we sadly had a loss in our family. My granny passed away, and so I was just not in the mood to be making videos, so I took a week off. But today I am back and we are going to be talking about something I'm super excited about that I've been talking about for a long time, and that's essential oils. If this is something you're interested in, please leave a comment down below and tell me your favorite essential oils to use, or if you've never used them before, tell me why you're interested in learning how to use them. Plant Therapy Essential Oils, we're an affiliate of them. It's not sponsored, but I did want to mention them at the front of this video and let you know that there is a link in the description box below that brings you directly to their website so you can search around and find oils that you might want to use yourself. I have a little notebook here because I took a few pages of notes. I wanted this to be as informative and practical and as realistic as possible for you. So I went and I did a ton of extra research on top of what I already knew. I found some awesome scientific studies done by different valuable sources and real sources. So if you're interested in seeing any of those, please let me know and I will happily send you the link to any of the ones that I found online. I wanted to start off this video with a disclaimer saying that I am not a doctor and I'm not prescribing or telling anybody that this is a cure for any of the things that I'm talking about or this is the way to do things. I'm simply sharing my experience and some of the evidence-based studies that I have found along the way in my journey with essential oils with you to help to bring awareness to something that might, you know, be helpful to somebody else who is a little bit more naturally minded like myself. And also second, I did want to say that there are people who suggest not using certain oils around animals. Again, do your own research, reach out to an aromatherapist if you're interested in learning more about the health and safety of oils, and use them responsibly, you guys. Like, just like any medicine that you might have access to, you have to be responsible about the way that you use oils. Just because they're naturally driven does not mean that they aren't as strong as a pharmaceutical that you might get prescribed by your doctor. So use discretion, be wise about the decisions that you make, and lastly, do your own research and definitely reach out to an aromatherapist if you have any questions. Plant Therapy has an aromatherapist on their website that you can reach out to if you have any questions about the oils that you might order from them. So without further ado, let's get into the video. This video is primarily going to be me talking about what I think are probably the top 3 best essential oils for beginners. So what I mean by this is these 3 oils are super easy to find. They're really easy to remember the uses for them, and they're inexpensive and super valuable to have in your natural medicine cupboard. So we're going to start off with the first one, and that is lemon essential oil. So lemon oil is an oil that I use every single day, basically, in my house. I use it for a multitude of different reasons. Lemon oil is anti-inflammatory, it's antiseptic, it's antimicrobial, it's antibacterial. It has all of the things that you want in it. It uplifts your mood. So I want you to associate lemon oil with energy, immunity, and revitalization. Oh my gosh, my cat upstairs. Time down here, buddy, come here. Come here, Bubba. So again, like I said, I took a lot of notes here because I really wanted to give you the most information as possible without sounding like a broken record, because I can tend to go off on tangents about things that I'm really excited about. So I'm going to read from here. Energy, immunity, and revitalization. So energy, lemon oil is uplifting. It's a serious mood uplifter, and research consistently shows it alleviates symptoms of anxiety and depression, and studies have shown lemon oil to reliably enhance the mood. So I use lemon oil a lot in the afternoon when you kind of get that afternoon slump. I put it on my wrists and I smell it. I sometimes diffuse it, especially in the springtime. It's super refreshing smelling after the winter. Absolutely in love with this oil for that. I use it primarily for that. It's also great as a cleaner because, like I stated before, it is antibacterial. So you could put this in a spray cleaner with some vinegar and water in your kitchen and use it on your counters, and it works great for that. As always, test it on a surface, you know, beforehand, just to make sure it's not going to do any damage to it. Any household cleaner will tell you to do that. I recommend it. I've never had an issue with it, but I recommend it. Immunity. Now, this is kind of, I'm going to put this down because I have a tendency to talk with my hands. Immunity is one of the biggest players in the game for support of essential oils, in my opinion. So our immune system is our first defense about any disease or virus or pathogens that want to come into our bodies, right? So anytime something happens, for example, the common cold comes through and you start packing in the vitamin C because you want to make sure that you don't get sick, or you want to make sure your kids don't get sick, or your husband or your wife or whoever. Vitamin C is a huge player in the game for immunity that we found, and everyone kind of knows that. That's kind of a general rule of thumb everybody knows. And so essential oils have been shown multiple times to support the immune system. So I'm going to read what I wrote here because this is straight from a study I found. Essential oils contain pharmacological properties, and they can fortify the immune system and eliminate harmful bacteria and viruses. Lemon has strong antibacterial and antioxidant qualities that do wonders for the immune system and energy, associated with enhanced production of lymphocytes, which is the body's main type of immune cells. So what this is saying is, in layman's terms, lemon essential oil specifically helps the production of lymphocytes, which help to fight disease in our body. So it brings up the production of those things so that our immune system is strong and it can attack any of those viruses or bacteria or pathogens that try to come into our body. So including lemon essential oil in your life, be it as a cleaner, some people use it internally. I cannot recommend doing that because only an aromatherapist can do that. Do your own research. I have taken it internally, but as I said before, I am not allowed to say whether you can or not. Reach out to a doctor or an aromatherapist if you are interested in internally taking essential oils. But you can diffuse it. You can put it in a diluted carrier oil and put it on your wrists, at the base of your spine and neck, at the bottom of your feet to help support your immune system with essential oils, with lemon essential oil. The second essential oil that we are going to be talking about today is lavender essential oil. You have probably heard of lavender before. It is a huge player in the game in terms of anti-anxiety and antidepressant. So and just general calmness. You've definitely heard of lavender. It's everywhere. It's in candles. It's in aromatherapy. It's all over the place. You can go into Bed Bath & Beyond and find lavender scent in some sort. The reason I recommend essential oils, especially plant therapy, is because their production is so much better for the environment and so much better for you than synthetic fragrances and fake fragrances and all those additives and such that you might get in things from the regular old store. Plant therapy is super transparent about the way that they extract the oils that they use, where they source the oils that they use, and the different ways that you can use them in your day-to-day life. So definitely check out their website. They have, with every product, they have an information sheet on different ways you can use it. And they also have a safety data sheet where you can look at the evaluation of the product in and of itself and how it's safe. Lavender oil has no known interactions and no known side effects from using it on Plant Therapy's website on that information sheet I was telling you about. I'll link it down below if you're interested in going to look at it, but let's get into more about what lavender can do. think of lavender as your relaxation, anti-anxiety, anti-depression, sleep, and skin tonic for all. So the first and I think most beneficial player in lavender's court is its antidepressant and anti-anxiety properties. So it says, this is great if you have anxiety or depression because it can kind of help to eliminate the need for or possible need for anti-anxiety medication or antidepressants. Now, I'm going to tell you straight up, I don't think there's anything wrong with anti-anxiety medication or antidepressants. I think they're extremely helpful and useful tools for some people. I struggle with anxiety. I don't want to be on medication if I don't have to be on it. I will do anything I can do before that point before the point of having to be put on medication that I can do, because that's just how I roll. Not everybody feels this way, but I do, and I'm sure there's a lot of other people that feel the same way I do about medication and taking it for, you know, health reasons or whatever reasons that you might have. So if this is something that you are interested in treating your anxiety and depression without going on medication, lavender oil would be the first step I would take. So commonly prescribed agents for issues like anxiety and depression include serotonin inhibitors and benzodiazepines. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. Again, I will leave the spelling right here for you. These are the two most prescribed medicines or two most prescribed agents against anxiety and depression. The side effects include drowsiness, fatigue, confusion, impaired memory, and other etc. and so on. Again, not saying there's anything wrong with taking these medications, but if you're someone who's a little bit more naturally minded, it's cool because people receiving lavender oil olfaction, which is basically like diffused, people who smelled lavender oil for 3 minutes had felt significantly more relaxed and had improved anxiety scores, improved mood, and improved scores of alpha power on EEG, which is an indicator of alertness. So people who were experiencing anxiety and depression were exposed to the scent of lavender for only 3 minutes, and all of their scores for anxiety went down, and their alertness came forward more so than it was before. Lewis and colleagues investigated the effects of lavender on depressed mood and anxiety in female patients being treated with hemodialysis. So I thought this was interesting because this was looking at a very specific group of people that were receiving a medical treatment. And it says in female patients being treated with hemodialysis, the effects were measured using the Hamilton Rating Score for depression and the Hamilton Rating Score for anxiety. It significantly decreased the mean score of both of these issues in the test. So the score of anxiety pre-using the lavender oil and the score of depression pre-using the lavender oil were much, much higher as opposed to post using the lavender oil being diffused. Ouch, why are you trying to climb me? Lavender also reduces perception of pain and the need for conventional analgesics. So this is also very interesting. I've used lavender oil when I'm in pain. I use it in the bath a lot. So that's like just an idea for you. But an analgesic is something like an aspirin or an ibuprofen, things that, you know, take away pain from your body. Lavender oil has been shown to work just as well as those things. So that's interesting. So the last oil that this is, and again, you guys, this is me just touching a very surface area of these oils for people who have never used them before. There are so many other benefits of them that I'm not even getting into. So definitely do your own research, but I just wanted to give you guys some baseline evidence-based information that kind of, stop chewing on that, that helps to promote the idea of using these more frequently and finding a way to incorporate them into your day-to-day life. The last oil we're going to be talking about is peppermint oil. This one is probably my favorite because I love the smell of it. I have from Plant Therapy, I'll link this down below, also a peppermint oil lotion that I put on after I take a shower. Every single time I shower, it smells so good. It makes you feel so fresh. And because it's peppermint, you get that like kind of cool feeling all over your body, which is great in the summertime. If you live somewhere where it gets hot like it does here and humid like it does here, it just feels absolutely so refreshing, and it makes you smell so fresh and clean as well. So I want you to think of pain relief, energy, and digestive support when you think of peppermint oil. So pain relief and arthritis in your muscles. Menthol, which is the main ingredient in peppermint, has been shown to increase blood flow to aid in healing. So when you have a headache or when the back of your neck hurts and you put a diluted peppermint oil with either a lotion or coconut oil, whatever you might choose, onto the back of your neck, what it's doing is it's going to help to bring blood flow to that area to help support the healing of that area. It reduces inflammation. It is an effective analgesic and anti-inflammatory properties and antispasmodic properties. So again, this is all really great in terms of joint health and muscular health. If you're having pain, put peppermint oil on there, and it has anti-inflammatories, it has antispasmodic properties, it has and it's an analgesic, which is that pain relief like we talked about with the lavender oil. So if you fall and hurt yourself, you might want to try using lavender and peppermint oil together on the area of pain to see if that helps to reduce the pain, the swelling, and the aggravation to that area. Peppermint was also... So we're also going to talk about the idea of IBS in peppermint, because I mean, when I was in high school, every time something was wrong with me, I'd go down to the nurse and they'd give me a mint. I could have like broken my arm and the nurse would give me a mint. I'm not entirely sure why that was the case, but there might be something to what they were trying to do. So peppermint oil has been found in many studies to alleviate the symptoms of IBS. So this is not a cure by any means, but it has been shown to alleviate. So you can rub it on your stomach. There are certain companies that will sell peppermint capsules that you can take. Again, anytime you're ingesting anything, please be sure to reach out to an aromatherapist or a doctor who can help to aid you in the proper dosage and correct usage of these things. Just like medicine, you should use them cautiously, and you should be smart about the way that you're using them. And do your own research, because, you know, again, just like an aspirin or a Tylenol, it might be fine for one person, but it might not work for you. So peppermint has actually been approved for treatment in Germany for IBS symptoms, which I thought was really interesting and that I didn't know. I loved that. I think that's so cool. And it was also found to be superior in global improvement of IBS symptoms done in studies. So again, if you're looking for a more naturally minded approach to some of the issues that you might be having, these 3 oils are really great to have stocked in your natural medicine cabinet. So I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for watching this introduction video into the 3 best beginner oils, or what are, in my opinion, the best beginner oils for people who have never used them before. I use these 3 oils every day. I use peppermint when I have muscle pain. I use it right after I get out of the shower. We also use it to deter mice and insects from our house, which that's worked really well for us. I use lemon oil to uplift my mood and to keep me focused and energized in the afternoon. And it's also a great immune support. I use it to support my family's health, and I love using it for that. And lavender is relaxing, and it helps to diminish the symptoms of anxiety and depression. And I've noticed a huge difference in the relief of my anxiety symptoms when using lavender. If you guys like this video, please comment down below. I'd love to do more videos on essential oils and different recipes that you can make to use them in different ways in your home. I hope that you guys are having a wonderful December, and Christmas is only in like 3 days. That's crazy. I can't believe it's almost the end of 2021. I will see you guys again in 2 days to finish off Vlogmas in the next week or so. I've had a really great time doing this. And again, I'm so sorry about not posting for a week. Like I said, we had a loss in my family. We lost my granny who lives very far away. So I've just been trying to spend as much time as possible with the people that I love. And I hope that you have been able to do the same. We will see you next time. Sláinte!